Okay, guys, I'm going to give just one more minute and then I'm going to take attendance because everybody should have rejoined right away. So as not to waste time because we have quite a bit still to finish. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and take the attendance. Unmute your mic, stay here, then mute your mic again, please. One second, looking for the attendance paper. Okay, Abdurrahman Kareem. Abdurrahman Kareem.
Here.
Hey guys, when you unmute your mic, just stay here and mute your mic again, please. Adito. Adito.
Here.
Basil.
Here.
Basil.
Here.
Hey guys, you have to raise your voice so that I can hear you, please. Thank you, Basil. Yad Adil.
Here.
Thank you. Yad Tamer. Yad Tamer. Okay, Hamza.
Here.
Thank you. Moaz. Moaz. Okay. Check the waiting room again. 1 second. All right. Mohammed.
Here.
Thank you. Mustafa. Mustafa. Omar. Omar. Isel. Isel. Okay. Tahir.
Here.
Thank you. Wahba.
Here.
Thank you. Yasin. Yasin. Okay. Yusuf.
Here.
Thank you. Sarah.
Here.
Thank you. Farida.
Here.
Thank you. Jada.
Here.
Thank you. Jenna. Jenna. Okay. Jemana.
Here.
Thank you. Leanne.
Here.
Thank you. Leila. Leila. Okay. Malik.
Here.
Thank you. Pilar. Pilar. Reem. Reem. All right. And Ragni.
Yes, I remember.
Guys, please make sure you answer when I call your name. Ragmini?
Yes, Miss Amanda.
Thank you. Tia? Okay. Thank you. All right. Let me just save the last meeting. And then we're going to get back to our poem. I want you to look at stanzas 4 and 5 and see what you can find in those two stanzas. Are there metaphors? Is there personification? Okay. Let's read the fourth stanza again. Abruptly, the trail spits us out onto gray rock, into blue sky and sunlight. My brother shouts, shoves me aside, races to the low bushes huddled against the wind. Okay? What do we find in this stanza? Wahba, tell us.
There is personification because the trail can't spit.
That's right.
And I can't find anything else.
Okay, somebody help him. What's another example of personification? There's a second example of personification in our stanza. Muhammad?
Abruptly. Abruptly is like unexpectation.
Yeah, abruptly means something happens suddenly. You don't
Yes,
expect
suddenly.
it to happen.
Unexpectedly. Yes.
Yes, when you don't expect something to happen. But this is not an
Yeah.
example, that's just the definition of the word. So this is not an example of personification. There's another example of personification in our stanza. Does anybody see it?
Miss stanza number 4.
Fourth one, the one that starts with abruptly. Hamza told us that the trail spits, and the trail cannot spit. Spitting is a human quality. It's something that we can do. There's another one here. All right, let's look at the last line. It says the low bushes huddled. Huddled means to come together in a group, like you group yourself together. You come and you stand together. And this is like in the game of football, when all the players come together to discuss the play, they stand in what we call a huddle because they are huddled together. So huddling is something that is a human quality, and it's not something that bushes can do. So this is an example of personification. All right, let's look at the last stanza. What do we see in the last stanza? Pregnini?
It's a personification. His fingers tug at the shiny leaves.
Okay, but his fingers is a person. It's the brother. So tugging in this case is a human because it's the brother doing it. So it's not personification because the brother is a person. What do you see, Muhammad?
I think I see I think a metaphor because
Which is
here
what?
we gobble.
What's being compared?
It's no, not a metaphor. Here it says we gobble the blue sweetness up.
Okay, so what is it? What is blue sweetness?
The blueberries.
Right, it's comparing blueberries to blue sweetness. It is a metaphor. It's a very indirect metaphor.
Yes.
But what I want you to pay attention to is the description. We're going to go back to the top of this poem and we're going to look again. When the yellow leaves begin to glimmer among the green ones, we hike up Blue Hill through an early morning mist. All of this is written with imagery. Early morning mist, glimmering yellow leaves and green ones. This is imagery to help you imagine in your mind what they are seeing. Okay, it says here, ground's chill breath. This is to show us that it's chilly and cold in the morning. Overgrown branches, meaning that everything there, none of the grounds have been kept. Everything is growing naturally and wildly, and so there are branches everywhere. We describe here the gray rock and the blue sky and the low bushes. All of these are examples of imagery to help you understand what it looks like to our hikers, okay? Again, we talk about tiny leaves and they are eating the blueberries. They are gobbling up the blueberries, okay? All of this is written in a way to help you understand what it is like for our hikers on Blue Hill, okay? Mohammed, do you have a question?
No, I forgot to lower my hand. Sorry.
Problem. All right, let's look at the poem now on page 440. The poem is called My Name is Ivory. My name is Ivory. Not Ivory, Ivy, sorry. Let's see, Reem, how about you read the poem for us, please? Need you to raise your voice so we can hear you, okay?
Okay. My name is Ivy. Why did I name you after a plant? Look, this is Ivy. My mother explains, pointing at an
Intricate?
in- intricate
Intricate?
fan, intricate fan of glossy green heart-shaped leaves, decorating the side of house. Ivy will grip onto anything, will grow where it wants to go, will use its long, skinny fingers to find a way over brick walls, up stone walls. Will climb a root and keep on going until it touches the star.
Okay, thank you. So we have in our poem an example. One second, let me check the waiting room. Okay. We have in our poem an example of a metaphor. We have an example of personification. Can anybody find those examples? Okay, Leanne, which example did you find?
I found the metaphor.
Okay, tell me what it is.
Eyes of a eyes of a panther.
Sorry, what?
Eyes of a panther.
Where does it say eyes of a panther?
In the sorry. I was on the wrong page.
Okay, anybody find the metaphor or the personification? Wahba?
Ivy will grip onto anything.
Okay, so Ivy gripping onto anything. This is an example of what?
Personification.
Exactly. We grip, Ivy cannot grip. Okay, another example, or should I say more of the same example? Ragmini?
Mm, decorating. Of glossy green heart-shaped leaves, decorating the side. It's a personification.
That's exactly right. Very good, Ragmini. Excellent. The leaves themselves cannot decorate. This is a human
Yeah.
quality. We decorate. Very good, Ragmini. Excellent. All right. Notice here in Wahba's example too, it says will grip onto anything, use its long, skinny fingers. Leaves do not have fingers. This is personification. It does not have long, skinny fingers, okay? All right. Here also it says, this is ivy pointing at an intricate fan. It's comparing two things. What's it comparing, Wahba?
Miss, can you repeat the question again?
Yes, and the second stanza, it's comparing ivy to something. What is it comparing it to?
To heart, an intricate fan.
That's right. It's comparing it to a fan. It's comparing ivy to a fan. That's because it's shaped like a fan shape. Okay. All right. Let's move on to notice the imagery as well, how it describes the leaf as looking like a fan. It gives you the color and shape of the leaves, how it talks about it climbing the walls, brick and stone, to help you imagine what it looks like. Okay, let's move on to the poem Collage. Leanne, do you have a question?
Yes, and also there is a person.
There's also what? There's
Brick.
another personification
There is
in
also
the poem. Yes, what is it?
yes, brick walls up, brick walls up stones walls. Will climb a roof and keep on going until it touches the stars.
Okay, all of this is not the personification. What is the personification? Which part?
We climb a roof and keep going and keep on going until it touches the stars.
Okay, that's right. So the ivy cannot climb, it just grows. So the ivy is being given the human quality here by saying it is climbing. Excellent, Leanne. Okay, moving on to the poem Collage. Let's see. All right, Hamza, how about you read for us?
Okay. Grandma gave me her eyes. Eyes of a pencil, Grandma whispers. Grandpa gave me his nose. A bumpy, rocky road of a nose. Grandma coughs. Dad gave me his long, skinny toes. My roots reach back to the lemurs, he jokes.
Lemurs.
Mama gave her lisped smile. Don't ever lose it, she warns. And I gave them my heart. It's big enough to hold you all, I say.
All right. So let's take a look at the poem, line by line, stanza by stanza. Again, we have 5 stanzas in our poem. What do we see? Muhammad, what did you find?
A metaphor. In the first one, it's comparing her grandma's eyes by an eye of panther.
That's right, very good. All right, thank you. Ragmini, what did you find?
A bumpy, rocky road of a nose.
Okay, so it's comparing grandpa's nose to a bumpy, rocky road. Okay, thank you.
Personification.
Where you found personification as well? That's a metaphor, what you gave me. What's personification?
Um, The lopsided smile. That's a personification.
No, actually it's not, because it's talking about mama, and mama is a person. So her smile being lopsided just means it leans to one side. Okay, so it's not personification because mama is a person. All right, but there is an example of personification in the poem. Keep looking, you'll find it. Malik, oh sorry, yeah, your hand's not up. Muhammad, would you like to add something?
Yes. I found another metaphor.
Tell me.
Um, 1 second. Miss, I have a question. In stanza number 3, her dad gave her his long, skinny toes, but he said, "My roots reach back to the lemurs." What does the lemurs mean?
Lemurs is an animal. It's an animal.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
flying monkey, similar to a flying monkey. It's called a lemur.
Oh,
You
okay.
can Google it and look at it. You'll find pictures of it. They live, I believe, in Madagascar. Okay. All right. So let's take a
Okay.
look. Adito, what did you find?
I think a bumpy, rocky road of snow.
Yeah, we already said that one. Someone gave us that one. How about right here in our third
Miss,
stanza?
I know.
Tell me, Muhammad.
I found at the end, I think, the personification.
Tell me.
It's here. It's big enough to hold you all. Her heart cannot hold something.
That's exactly right. That's one example of personification, correct? There's another one. There's one
I will try
more.
and find.
There's one more example of personification. Mayanne, did you find it?
In the third stanza, Dad gave me his long, skinny toes.
No, dad giving her his long skinny toes is normal. Dad is a person, and she took from him her long skinny toes.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Well, we're looking for personification where a human quality was given to a non-human thing.
I have another one.
What is it?
Grandma gave me her eyes.
No, honey. Grandma is a person. And the
Miss,
girl
I
who,
found the other.
okay, don't speak, talk around. Grandma gave her eyes means, it doesn't mean it's not a metaphor or a personification. We're talking about people. So personification is when you give human qualities to something that is not human. And we're talking about the family members, so they are human. The personification, Muhammad, did you find it? Tell us.
My roots reach back to the lemurs.
That's correct. Ragni, tell us, what's the personification in what Muhammad read?
My roots reach back to the lemurs.
Okay, so what human quality are we giving?
My roots.
We're giving a human quality to the roots that it is able to do what?
Reach. It's reach.
That's exactly right, that it can reach. Okay, it cannot reach. That it is a plant's parts, it cannot reach. Okay, this is personification. All right, take a look at the imagery in the poem. It talks about how her eyes are like a panther, a bumpy, rocky road of a nose, long, skinny toes, lopsided smile, and a very big heart. All of this is to help you imagine what the people look like and what is being shared between them. Okay. All right. I'm putting hands down. All right. We have next literary terms. I'm going to go over them very quickly because we are running quite behind today. Figurative language. What is figurative language? The figurative language that we are speaking about is a metaphor. Figurative language is language that is used to describe and show relationships between things. like metaphors and similes. These are two examples of figurative language. The one that we are studying now is a metaphor. So remind us, please. Let me go down here. Pilar, what is a metaphor?
A metaphor compares two unlike things without the use of like or as.
That's right. When we compare two things without using like or as. Like in our poem where it said, Grandma gave me her eyes, the eyes of a panther. Okay, this is a metaphor comparing grandma's eyes and the eyes of a panther. Okay, next we have theme. Tell us, please. Tahir, what does theme mean? Hello,
Yes,
Tahir.
yes.
I asked you a question. Were you listening?
I was getting my pencil case.
Okay, what does theme mean?
The theme is the main message or lesson in a poem.
Okay, right. So just like when we read the
The
story,
main author's message.
just like when we read the stories, we have a main lesson or a message in our stories. We also have a lesson or a message in our poems. Okay, this is the theme, the main message. All right, next. Imagery and personification. I'm going to quickly tell you because like I told you we are behind. The lines, when the yellow leaves begin to glimmer among the green ones. This is an example of imagery. The words that are written, the language that the author uses to help you create the picture in your mind. Imagery are the words on the page that the author writes. Visualize is the picture that you make in your mind, okay? Visualize is the act of making a picture in your mind by using imagery. All right, we also have personification when we give a human quality to a non-human thing. All right, and I think that's it. Why is that back? Why is that there twice? Okay, so that's it. All right, that's it for reading for today. Tomorrow we will read more poems and point out more examples of personification and metaphors and imagery. Okay. All right. Now, next we have to work on our outline from yesterday. Remember, we were working on the outline for expository writing, COVID-19. Remember, this is the topic that we voted on and you chose to write about, and we were writing our outline. Now, I gave some students assignments of information to bring in for us. If you were given an assignment yesterday, please raise your hand. Other people will take an assignment today. For those students who were given assignments to find information, please raise your hand and have your information ready to tell us so that we can add it to our outline. Okay, Farida, what was the information that you were supposed to find?
My information was when did COVID-19 started?
Okay, so I'm going to put this information under when. What should I use to write your information, Farida? I have already used Roman numerals for my main idea and capital letters for my details. What will I use now for the detail about the detail? Don't remember? I'll help you.
Yeah.
I'll help you. We use a regular number 1. Okay? We're going to use a regular number one to add information. And we slightly indent this. Okay, there we go. So tell me, when did COVID-19 start?
It started in 2019, December. Yeah,
So
December.
December of 2019. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, Medic, what was your information?
My information was where COVID-19 started.
Okay, so tell us, where did COVID-19 start?
China.
China. Did you find out where in China?
In a place called, I don't really remember, but like
Okay,
it's
let's just put China.
yeah, Wuhan. It's Wuhan.
Wuhan, China.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this how you spell it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, Wuhan, China. Thank you very much, Malik. Okay, Adito, what information were you told to get?
I was told to get the cases in worldwide.
The places worldwide, okay? And how many cases did you find that there were?
174 million.
174 million?
Yes,
Worldwide?
yes,
Did you say 174?
yes.
Okay, 174 million cases worldwide. Okay, thank you, Adito. Hamza, what were you told to get?
The country with highest or lowest cases.
Okay, so what's highest and what's lowest?
The highest was the United States because it has 34,210,782.
Okay, one
And the lowest,
second, 1 second. So it
Okay.
has the highest, USA, and how many?
34 million. 34 million.
Okay, we'll
No,
say 34
I'm not
million.
done.
All right, and the lowest?
Okay. The lowest is Micronesia. Could I write it in the chat because I don't know how to say
Sure.
it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, while he's writing that, Rugmini, what information were you supposed to get?
How many cases in Egypt?
Okay, tell us.
On Friday, February 14, the Egypt Health Ministry confirmed the first case of COVID-19.
Okay, so that means the first case. I want to know how many cases altogether. Did you get that information?
Okay. Egypt has 267,177 confirmed cases.
267,000.
177.
Yes, I sent it in the chat.
Okay. Thank you, Hamza. Thank you, Ragmini.
You're welcome.
Okay, Micronesia. Wow, where is that? Do you have any idea where that is?
I think in wait.
Where?
Only one
I'm
case
searching.
in
Okay, how many cases did they have in Micronesia? I've never heard of that before. How many cases, Hamza?
One case.
Wow. All right, so one. Very good. Okay, thank you. All right, Leanne, what about you? What information were you told to find?
Is how we started COVID-19
How?
at the
Okay.
top.
All right, honey, 1 second.
Miss
Okay.
Amanda.
Just 1 second.
Okay.
How? Okay. So tell me how.
by starting eating pork and other animals, so people get so people get COVID-19. When they get COVID-19, so
Okay, I
when
need
they're
you to go
sick,
back. What did you say? Can you raise your voice, please?
they eat pork and other animals.
Pork,
Yes.
but
Chinese
I think COVID-19 started with the bat.
a bat.
Yeah. Can you double check your information for us for tomorrow, please? Because I'm
Okay,
pretty sure
sure.
that it started with the bat. Or at least
Okay.
that's what they were,
Amanda.
yeah, one second.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying on the news. So let's double check that information, Leanne. Make sure you check again, check more than one source. Okay, check more than one place and read and tell us tomorrow exactly how it started, okay? All right,
Okay.
Hamza, what did you want to say?
You asked me what continent Micronesia
Yeah.
is in. It's in Oceania.
Oceania, okay. All right, thank you, Hamza.
You're welcome.
This goes to show there's lots of people and places out there that you never know anything about, huh? I've never heard of Micronesia before. Very interesting. Thank you, Hamza. Okay. All right, anybody else who was told to get information today? No one. All right, so let's, I only have 2 minutes left. I want to give out, does everybody understand how we put the information in our outline? Do you see how we wrote
Yes.
our main topic,
Yes.
our detail, and then the detail about the detail? Okay, this is how we complete an outline. So when we get ready to write our paper, all of our information is ready to write about, and it's already organized. So it will be easy for us to write our paper. Adito, do you have a question?
No, sorry, I got to raise my
Okay,
hand.
Mohammed, do you have a question?
Miss, I know where's Micronesia is. It's in front of the Pupa New Guinea.
Okay,
Guinea,
okay.
whatever it's called.
Farida, you have a question?
Maybe next, Miss Amanda, maybe next time we can talk about the year of 2020.
Okay, if we have time. All right,
It would be awesome.
let's give out the assignments. If you did not take an assignment for information, please raise your hand. Mohammed and Farida, put your hands down because you've already done information for us, please. I think we have a problem with connection. Yes, we have a problem with connection. Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Farah, I want you to find out how many deaths worldwide. Okay, how many deaths?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Reem, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Reem, I want you to find out what is the recommendation for hand washing? How often and how long should you hand wash, okay? Basil, I want you to find out what is the recommendation for wearing masks. What do they say you should do as far as wearing masks? Wahba, I want you to find out about social distancing. What is the recommendation for social distancing? Jenna, I want you to find out about isolation. What is recommended that you do as far as isolating from your family?